Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This episode 2, season 5. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the first episode. Interestingly, we jumped into the future a little bit. Tommy's an established MP now. He's in the House of Commons. He's standing up. He's doing some speeches. We've had somebody introduce themselves to him. I don't know if they want to join forces or help each other out or get involved in his business. We only just had a little encounter, so I'm interested to see. I feel like I've seen him in... I think his face is on the, when you go on Netflix and you go to click on to watch Peaky Blinders and it has a picture. I think his head's on it, so it makes me think that maybe he's in the season quite a bit. We also have Ada. She's pregnant. Going to be interesting to see. It's going to be a mixed race baby when she has it, and obviously with the society back in 1929, I don't know if that's going to cause a problem, and obviously people are not going to be happy about it. Who knows? Polly's happy about it. She says that she's going to take, she's going to take care of the baby girls. That's what she said it's going to be. Also, she's saying that hopefully in 1930, society's all changed and everybody's going to be accepting. So again, very interested. It seems like the Peaky Blinders have lost a lot of money on a New York Stock Exchange crashing. Michael was supposed to sell, obviously, all the stocks and shares because Tommy anticipated the dip. And he didn't. And then, boom, mate, they have heavily lost so much money. And now obviously Michael's fleeing. He's coming back to London, back to Birmingham. He's got a new girlfriend that's coming with him, and I can't wait to see how Tommy's going to react when he comes here, because obviously last season he sent him away because he knew that Tommy was potentially going to get killed, and now obviously he's coming back, returning after not listening to Tommy and them losing so much money. Now Arthur's kind of in control of the Peaky Blinders. He's the CEO or whatever, the board of directors, but Tommy's still calling the shots. Also, a journalist comes to interview Tommy, and obviously he was sat there, he's asking him questions, but he's kind of I don't know, I wouldn't say personally attacking him, but he's asking him deep questions between family and business, and how's a bookmaker got into being an MP, and he was just questioning everything. And he was saying that when he first met Tommy, it was when he was burning pictures of Churchill, and he had a reputation, obviously, being a gangster and taking out and killing people. And does that still, take place? That's kind of what he's insinuating and stuff. And Tommy was obviously not happy with that. He got a folder out. He said that he's done some research on him. He's seen that he's to spend his time with men, insinuating that he was gay, in my opinion. And obviously, like I said, back in 1929, that was probably a thing again that people didn't really really like. Obviously, like I said, in modern day society, most people will be accepting, but obviously back then not everybody will be. And then the episode ended with him getting in the lift to go up to his flat, it looked like, and then it looked like the Peaky Blinders come in and killed him, shot him, mowed him down in the lift, mate. So again, unexpected, definitely, but really interesting to see obviously why. So that's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into episode 2 season 5 of Peaky Blinders. Has someone put a scarecrow there? Oh, it's a cross. How's he seen that from his house? Started intense again, hasn't it? He could have got blown up on his way to get the letter. Why are we teasing Tommy kind of wants to end it all, do you know what I mean? He's just ran now, look. Giddy up, horsey, giddy up.
Oh look, Charlie, you must have violin practice. You play loudly, you might hear some bangs.
You're gonna try and set them all off then? He's gonna shoot them. I wonder who done that. Is it Angel or Retribution? Are they the ones that done it last episode?
Tommy, don't believe.
Oh, Michael's been caught.
Michael, was in his cabin aboard the SS Monroe in Belfast Dock making deals with the very men who want you dead. We can put a bullet in his head here and now, or we can send him home and you can deal with him.
Send him home. Why you would do me this favour?
Because, Mr. Shelby, we've been informed by people at the very highest level that since your conversion to socialism, you're now on the side of the angels. And angels can be useful to us.
Mr. Shelby, the violin teacher wants to know what all those bangs were.
The fireworks. I was trying to know for Saturday.
I've learned something this morning.
Have you? What have you learnt, my boy?
I mean, it's not great, is it? But it's better than what I could do. Okay, so that is interesting because obviously the Irish have got Michael. Now, they've said that Michael has been spreading information about, you know, Tommy and the Peaky Blinders and stuff. And now Tommy's got to make a decision whether, like, he believes them or not. Now, personally, I'm not too sure why Michael, like, it would be beneficial for him to be spreading it, especially after, obviously, last season and then, obviously, not doing the stocks. And now this, you know, it's all stacking up for him. But from the Irish point of view, you know, like Tommy said, why are you doing this? And she's saying, well, you know, we heard that you're on the side of the angels now, and the angels, they could be beneficial. But they could just see it as, oh, he's got connections between the Peaky Blinders. They could just make that story up about Michael. It makes no difference to them whatsoever, whether they're telling the truth or not. There's no facts. And Tommy's only got to take it for face value, and he's got to make his own decision. Do you know what I mean? So they could have made up any lie they want to embed themselves kind of like in a relationship with Tommy. So, you know, it is going to be interesting to see. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm going to say that Michael didn't say anything, but I actually have no idea.
Come here, you. Put this on. There you go, look at that. It's great on you. Wrap up warm.
What are you doing here? Wasting our fucking time on you. Being run around the streets with a fucking gun in your hand.
Then we've got people for that kind of work. Soldiers.
Understand? You're a fucking Shelby, so you're a general. Did you last see a general anywhere near the blood and the puke? This is the bullet that I put on my gold. Cut from you. First and last.
I've met this girl and I'd like to get married.
Fuck off. Go.
Fuck off.
Isn't this girl you're trying to impress? Tell me about her.
She likes the life.
Find one that hates it. Look at him. That's what he did. Now he's chairman of the board.
You like the life, Tommy?
I don't like the fucking life. I don't like the fucking life. I don't like that Michael is coming back today. Someone wants my crown. Call me at 3.
Are they going to threaten him or make it look like they're going to kill Michael or something?
There was a shooting 2 days ago. A man died. The night before he was shot, he came here to see you. According to his diary, you knew him from Birmingham.
What's your name?
Stacker.
Stacker.
Some may think it was one of his queer friends.
Mr. Stacker, a man who walks in the park with other men, dies in Maid of Hale. You come to me.
As well as his diary, we have his notebook.
Your time's up, Mr. Stacker.
I want to know what he's wrote in his notebooks. He didn't write anything when he was sat in front of Tommy. He literally didn't write anything.
This is Gina. Gina Gray.
Gina Gray.
The captain married us on board. She's my wife, Mum. At least look at her.
Tommy said to ask you to tell me the truth.
The ship docked at Belfast. I was then taken off the ship by 2 men.
At gunpoint.
I'm speaking to my son.
Fuck you. This is my fucking wife. I bring her home to this.
What's he expect? He's not going to be walking out of there. Like, they want to know if you spit. Innit?
I did not betray my fucking family.
Stand aside, Arthur.
She's wondering, mate, what are we in?
Come on, baby. Forget about it.
Welcome to the family.
Anna Taylor, mate, Joy. Welcome to the family. Right, interesting. Can you actually blame them for how they just reacted? Because, you know, I can't blame them. Right now, Michael has done a few things that has been a bit sus, and they don't know whether they could trust him or not. So they want to hear it from the horse's mouth themselves, you know, like, did you say something or didn't you? And he didn't, like, say yeah or no, you know. He was just, like, stood there, like, fuck you, you know, like, to all of them. So no wonder they're all going to be standing there. Now, the fact is, yeah, whether he did spill the beans or not, you know, Polly won't let anything happen to Michael. We've seen it, you know what I mean? Since he's been introduced, yeah, any little thing that he was been, you know, like any threats against him or like any time they wanted to try and bring him in to actually help, like, on the front line, so to speak, she's fuming about it. She's always wanted to try and get him away. She wouldn't let anything harmful happen to him, even if he did do something, in my personal opinion. But I can't blame any of them for reacting the way they just done until they know that they can trust him. Yeah, like I said, look, Michael's loyalties are called into question. Then they're going to have to act that way. But I actually do believe that he probably didn't say anything. I just think that the Irish used that as a situation where they can throw the hat into the ring, say, look, we picked him up, we could do this or that. But, you know what I mean? The reason why we're telling you is because you're an angel. Do you know what I mean? Like that. That's what they were saying. So I think they tried to use that situation to their advantage.
I must say, you sing like a songbird in the house.
My sister.
Who's pregnant?
Dangerous.
We have a mutual acquaintance, May Carlton. When I asked about you, she said, oh my goodness, where do I begin? May Carlton spoke about you the way I imagine one might about a party they barely remember, where you crash the car into the Dovecote and live on champagne and cocaine for 3 whole days.
We're moving away from the party in a different direction.
We are the people and we have had enough. I thought that was excellent. In which direction are you heading, Mr. Shelby?
I am my own revolution.
Where do you stand on the Irish question, Mr. Shelby?
Tommy, I am the people, and I have had enough.
Birmingham is my concern. Ireland bores me. Thanks for the whiskey.
You know what I'd like, right? There's not many shows where I like the main character all the time say, like, winning. Like, when I watch stuff, I kind of want them to succeed, then get beaten down, and then they come back and fight again. But I seem to always want to be on Tommy's side. I don't know. I think it's because it's the way he conducts himself. I just think like he's intimidating, and sometimes he looks vulnerable, and like sometimes his family are kind of against him, and then he wants to kind of do like, you know, he's fully focused on the business and lifting it up, as well as like being as big and strong and work his way up into the power rankings as possible. I'm kind of always on Tommy's side, and I always want them to win. I actually do, you know. Like I said, on most shows, even my favourite characters, I want them to get knocked down sometimes, so then they have to build themselves back up. But here, I would also like somebody not like the same as Tommy, and not as if like I want them to like replace Arthur or anything like that, but an additional allegiance, you know, like somebody to come in who also is big. Like that's why I kind of liked Alfie, because I wish Alfie didn't die, and I wish they utilized him in a different way, where like he was so good and he was so scary, but like I would like it if they unified each other and to become not like one but like united, and then they would work together to kind of like dominate and move up as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, not just Tommy, I don't want everybody to come in and kind of like be an enemy. I would love like this guy to come in, even though I don't know if he's going to be, he seems a little bit annoying, not going to lie, but like when Alfie come in, he wasn't annoying. I was like, you know, mate, that guy's good. But this guy, maybe if he could come in and he could join forces and kind of like dominate and move up together, that's what I would kind of like. But, you know, let's see where we go.
Start calling anyone who had dealings with Shelby Company Limited while you were in Boston. Ask him about Michael.
Then what about him?
Who he's been seeing, who he's been meeting. Starts talking about Irish whiskey. The fuck does he know, eh?
More than me, Tommy. What are you talking about?
Talking about an empty chair. Linda, she wants some for Arthur. Abraham Gold, people in the north. Michael.
People do start circling. But I don't know if he's just being paranoid.
I had a dream about a black cat.
Black cat can mean lots of things. It can mean you're hurting yourself, betraying yourself.
Mm.
Are you seeing things, Thomas?
Clearly. Coming from every fucking direction.
I'd like to introduce you to my wife. I would also like to say something.
Sit down, Michael.
On the journey back from New York, we got married.
What happened when the ship docked?
This purser had friends who ran a whiskey distillery in County Tyrone. They wanted a way of getting their stuff into America. So I said, okay, invite them aboard. When they came in, I realized that they didn't make whiskey. That was when they started talking about you, Tom. They knew about the money we lost in America. They said that you were going to blame me. The IRA commander said the men from Glasgow were called Billy Boys. The reason Gina and I got married on the ship was because Gina is pregnant.
She won't let anything happen to him now.
Your unborn child has witnessed what you said.
Thomas.
And it will be born according to...
Where the fuck are you going? You are free to fucking leave, Michael.
You fucking bastard.
I want you to pay me back. We were close before. Now, I want you closer still.
Polly looks on his side now. It only takes a second of Michael, and then she's always kind of like angry at Tom. Well, I was saying maybe she's the black cat, you know, Anna Taylor-Joy. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But again, yeah. Do you know what I would like? I would like somebody actually wanting to take his position. like that would be really fascinating. And I would like a sacrificial lamb as well to show that he's not fucking messing around. And I'm gonna make a statement. So whether like it's his own brother, yeah, whether it's Finn who wants to try and take the reins, want Tommy to kill him, or whether it's Michael and want Tommy to kill him, or his new wife with the baby, savage, seeing it in Game of Thrones style, you know, want Tommy to kill her. Or it could be Polly. Do you know what I mean? We've seen her loads of times, Polly, actually, you know, where she's like going against Tommy, she's mad and this and that, and trying to save Michael and all this and whatever's, and threatening to take him down. Maybe she's the black cat. Maybe she's the one that's circling, that she wants to take the crown. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's her. Maybe, like, she could be the sacrificial, like, Tommy kill. Who knows? But it would be really interesting to me, anyway, if somebody internally was trying to actually sabotage and take Tommy down, and he finds out and he shows that he ain't nobody to be messed with, and he makes that statement. But also they were saying about, you know, the connections between the Scottish and the Irish, and you know, the whiskey import and stuff. Maybe it's that guy Oswald who was sat in front of him. Maybe he's the person that's kind of setting this up. Like, he wants to, like Tommy was saying, you can see that he's moving away and away and away from the politics, so to speak, and whatever they believe in, and he wants to do his own adventures. Could be him. Who knows? You get a sixth sense, don't you? Oh, he's been shot.
Broken broom stops all gypsy curses, Mr. Gold. These gentlemen are the Billy Boys. I'm Jimmy. I need Mr. Shelby to understand. Best is not good enough.
Oh, wow. It's a savage death, that.
Tell Tommy Shelby it's time to fucking share.
Oh, I'm so happy he's still alive, Abraham Gold. I fucking want it to be a season, me, man. Like, I'm like well behind him now. I want him to literally rise up. I want him to be the person that I was saying before. Maybe it's that Oswald guy, whatever he's called, Mosley, whatever. Nah, throw a scrap in, put him in the bin, mate. I want Abraham Gold to come up. He's a good actor anyway, alright? His son's died, he's just been murdered in front of him, mate. I want him to come up. I want him to be his alliance, and I want him to just fucking rise up and take everybody out. That's going to be really exciting. I mean, it's not going to happen, but I'd love it anyway. I want him to avenge his son's death. That's what I want. Even if it's just killing that guy, like, I want him to do it. Savage that, mate. That was savage, that, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to take a short break. Thank you.
Billy, this here's my kid, brother, Finn.
Hey.
Have a drink, Billy.
I can't, my voice just would...
Drink, Bill. Every football team in England knows Billy Grade. I want to listen to music, I'll buy an Al Jolson record.
So what is it that you want?
Finn will explain the nature of my proposition.
Right, what I want from you, Billy, is for you to write down a name and a number next to every one of those football teams, yeah?
To fix a horse race, you give the outsider a bit of cocaine.
Jesus.
To fix a football match, you give the goalkeeper £20.
I've written a letter.
Oh, 4.
For you. And Lizzie's written one to Tommy. And your bottles of snow are poured down the lavatory. Lizzie and
That's it that made things worse the last few hours, Yeah. Well, how far has he gone? Linda, how far?
He's lost all the legitimate money in America.
No, that
Michael lost it.
He's fixing races. Going to blow up, Arthur. It can't sustain. You know it.
Oh, yeah? And what do you know, eh? You've worked it all out, you and fucking Lizzie. Got it all planned out. Is that right? What can I do? You're gonna be the good fucking wife.
I spend my day writing 2 letters and deciding which one to give. Looks like I'll have to give the other one.
What fucking other one?
He's a good actor, Arthur, and I do like him. The thing is, right, yeah, it's like, if I owned a company, just say, for example, and I give you 10 million of it. I know he didn't physically give it him, but, like, he was in control of it. So, like, if I give you 10 million of it, and I was saying, look, mate, go put that in the bank. That's all our savings. And then you go and you don't, and we lose it. That's not my fault. I've not fucked the company money up there. Michael has. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I understand where she's coming from. And, like, they've lost all the money, so he's dabbling into other adventures. But they didn't get to where they was today without doing this type of business. They're going back to the roots to try and get a bit of sustainable cash so that they can move and progress forward again. So, I don't know. I still believe what we've been told. That it's Michael's fault they ain't got no money. It's not really Tommy's or Arthur's.
I burnt it.
Same as Finger, Arthur. Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Did you read it first?
Yes?
Did you read the bit about the lawyers?
Do you want to fuck?
It's Ruby's birthday today, Tommy. You know why I took her to Arthur's? Because she said she's scared of you.
I'm in a room and you're coming at me. Last thing I want is silence. Sorry about all that noise. Sorry about all that mud and all that fucking blood. Do you want me to write this down? Do you want me to write you a fucking letter? Me and Arthur can't write it down because they haven't invented the fucking words.
Should you choose to depart, Tommy, either by your own hand or someone else's, the person who would take your place is me. I need to know there'll be something left.
Well, you know, Lizzie, in my head, I still pay you for it, so good luck with me.
Oh, what a transition that was, mate. That was well good. Well, it's not a transition, but I didn't expect him to be there. Who's turning up?
Come on, let's go to bed quickly.
Why? Who's coming?
That's the thing, Charles. We don't know.
You're looking for traitors? There's one!
Oh, it's
His ribs mashed up! The man's gone fucking mad up!
Only Johnny Dogs and his kid knew where we were camped.
The girl I never told us also, I never told us! Fucking shoot it! Come here!
I don't think that is gassed him up. He's been a loyalist, him. He's not. Oh, that was good timing.
All of you! This is my house. I don't want you back!
I want to take on the Billy Boys. You need me alive. Everyone fucking needs me. Call an ambulance. What a man will lose his arm.
I don't know, man. I don't believe this guy done him in me, mate. He's been well loyal to him.
In all the world, of all of the people, you alone I know I can trust.
I believe him. I actually do believe him. I could be naive as well, but from what we've seen throughout all of the seasons so far, that guy's been willing to do anything for Tommy. Literally anything. You know, mooch all the way to Wales, dig holes for bodies, you know, like cut, you know, he was camping out underneath, well, far away from the Russians' house, in it, so they could go in and dig the tunnels. Like, that guy has been involved in everything that Tommy has taken part in, and like, I don't know why he would throw him under the bus now, so I don't believe that it was him, in my personal opinion. And I'm, you know what I mean, like, I'm interested to see who it is that sold them out, because somebody has. Now, to be honest, right, Lizzie, that annoys me, that scene. This is my house. It's not though, is it? Like, for example, I get, if I was rich, yeah, if I was rich and I owned a big massive mansion, and then somebody got with me, and then it's our house collectively, but it's not your house, it's my house. It's I bought it, I earned it, you haven't done anything. You just married into me and you've acquired it with me. Like, it's not yours. Like, the way she was talking as well when Tommy was speaking, you know, like, when she said she wrote him a letter and he said, like, blah, blah, and he was going on, she was saying, mate, if anything happened to you, I want to ensure that all this business is mine or whatever. It's not though, is it? You've done nothing. Like, literally, you've done nothing to acquire any of it. Like, I'm not hating you or anything, but like, if something happens to Tommy, it's Arthur's. If something happens to Tommy and Arthur, it's Finn's. It's not yours. Like, you've literally done now. Like, and that's not me slagging her off or nothing. You've just married into a position of wealth. That house is not yours. It's yours now while you're with Tommy, but if he dies, it ain't yours. Like, it's, I don't know, man. That might be me. She was acting like she's earned it, and if you think about it, where she's come from, mate, in the first season, yeah, John was going to marry her because he was just looking for like a wife, someone to look after the kids. She was a prostitute, do you know what I'm saying? And Tommy Savage there a minute ago was just saying there, mate, you know, sometimes I still imagine us, I'm paying you for it. That was savage. Now the Billy Boys, they brutally killed Abraham's son, didn't they, mate? They've come in, they've shot him, they've grabbed him, they've tied him up on a cross, they've just put a bullet right into him. Mate, that was absolutely brutal. And I was saying, you know, I want him to come after and avenge his son's death. I know that he's thinking it's him there, Johnny Dog at the end, but it's not. Well, it could be, but I don't think it is. And I want him to come in and get the help, because I want him to be the person that I was talking about earlier on in the episode. Instead of Tommy just being the main guy, I want somebody to come in that can work with him, that can rise up the rankings, and they can take everybody out together. Not to overthrow Arthur, but just to be another acquaintance, another person. You know, we've seen Sabini and Solomon's. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would like it. I kind of wanted Alfie to stay in it, but he died. I understood the story. It was really good the way they've done it. Now, where he comes in and they rise up. So I thought that was interesting. You know, that final scene was pretty good, to be honest. I like it. It don't seem that, you know, many people Tommy could trust right now. Somebody's a black cat. I believe there is a black cat somewhere, and somebody probably is trying to take his position. I don't know who it's going to be. And like I said, I would love a sacrificial lamb, whether it's Lizzie, you know, Arthur, Finn, whoever, you know what I'm saying? It could be Polly, Michael. If somebody is trying to take Tommy's position and think that he's weak and they can go after him, then I want him to show that he's strong and he's not accepting shit off nobody, regardless of who it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So I am interested to see where this season takes us. I'll wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. So Michael has returned. Very interesting introduction, obviously, back, so to speak. They was waiting for him when he come off the ship or whatever, the boat. They asked him questions. He didn't really answer them until he went and seen Tommy. But I understand what he was doing when he come off, you know, like they didn't really acknowledge his new wife. They didn't really, you know, like acknowledge him. The first thing they said was, what did you say? Are they telling the truth? Who was it that approached you on the boat? You're not going nowhere until you give us answers. You know what I mean? And I understand the hostility that they obviously shown towards Michael. He, so far, currently, over last season and the start of this one, has not been really a good, trustworthy person that they can put all the faith into, and they want to know that he's actually not against them and he's actually on their side. Now, I like the conversation that they had, obviously, in the pub when he was in there in the garrison. You know, he said that she's pregnant. Tommy was like, look, mate, you know, you've lost this company a lot of money and you're going to have to repay it back. You're going to be working for us now. I've got loads of jobs for you. I like how, obviously, his wife is Gina. She come and she said, look, mate, look at your cousin. He needs you. You know, he's vulnerable. If you know, you've been in this position before, you've worked together, you've been close, maybe you could do that again. Hopefully, that is the case. I would love it if she was like an advisor towards him, the way Tommy kind of needs an advisor, and she'll help him and obviously help the company along with it. It's interesting the women are writing 2 letters. It seems like they're kind of like teaming up as if they don't like the way the Shelby company is being going, so to speak. You know, if they're part of the board of directors, that can happen, can't it? The board, they can all sit down collectively and they could say, look, mate, we don't like how it's going, the position, we're going to vote you out, so to speak. And there is, if you look at it, more females on the board than the men so far. And that could actually happen, you know. They could vote Arthur out on one of them, Lizzie or, you know, Polly, or even, you know, Linda could take the position of the head of the table. I don't think it's going to happen, but it could do. Who knows? Like I said, Tommy thinks that someone's gunning against him to take his crown. And I'm hoping that is the case, because then it would be more exciting. We could have all this going on as well with the Billy Boys coming in, but we could also have chaos within his own little environment, and he's trying to find out who the snake is and like who's trying to take him down. Now, like I said, mate, you know, the story that Michael was saying when he was when he was getting married, and then the Scottish come, the Billy Boys, and then the IRA come kind of, and they was taking him off. That's very interesting, because obviously they mentioned the Irish and obviously the Scottish, and the Irish was kind of like Tommy was talking about the whiskey with Oswald when he was sat down with you know, with Ada. That guy, I don't know about him. You know, I feel like he's kind of talking that he wants to kind of like be friends with Tommy, but I feel like he might be part of these people that are going around and leaving this. Well, the people that left the Scarecrow, obviously, last episode was the people this episode who took out Abraham Gold's son and obviously hurt him. Now, obviously, they're not bothered. A big mistake is leaving Abraham alive, to be honest, because he's going to come back and he is going to want to revenge his son's death. That always happens. It's exciting for us because we know we're going to get some action later on down the line, which I can't wait to see. I want him to get better, and then I want him to go, and I want him to be chaos, mate. I want there to be killings and like you know, like lots of strategic plannings and loads of actions being taken, and it's going to be exciting. Now, Arthur and Linda, I know that they're married, but they never seem to be on the same wavelength, do they? Over every season that she's been in, even the one that she was introduced, she's always kind of like against Arthur being part of the family and the stuff that he deals with, and he's always been the chaotic Arthur that we've always seen. And it seems like the position's still not changed. He's still kind of like on the rocks. Now, what's happened to their kid? You know, what's happened to Ada's kid? They've got to be old now. We're seeing, obviously, Tommy's 2 kids here. Now, it's savage that she was saying that his daughter is kind of like scared of him. That's a bit tight, isn't it, mate? You know what I mean? That's got to be hurtful to see. He is not sleeping, you know. You can see Arthur, he acknowledging that, and he was saying that. Well, Arthur looked like he was kind of upset, kind of in that conversation that they were saying. As well as, you know, Finn. We seen him at the start of the episode. He was laid down. He said that he wanted to marry a girl. Arthur was like, fuck off. You know what I mean? He was laughing at him. But again, you know, he told him to keep the bullet. He said he's going to wear it and put it around his neck. I'd like to see more of Finn and Michael used and integrated back into the season. I know that we've got a storyline going on with Tommy being an MP. We've got the Billy Boys coming in. We've got Abraham of Gold now. Maybe Lizzie, the females obviously standing up. So there's loads of avenues we can go down. But hopefully we utilise Gina, you know, Michael's new wife more. I feel like she would be a really good person to come into the show. So I'm excited. Thought it was a good episode. I liked how the Billy Boys come in. Now we've fully established a threat, someone that they can go and they can take down. Do you know what I mean? That's what we needed, as well as obviously the storyline with the MPs and the Oswald and stuff like that. It's going to be exciting to see. So thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.